Okay, drivers, start your bricks. Hi, I'm Joe, and today I've got a LEGO F1 mock. Now, if you're a fan of LEGO and a fan of Formula One, you're probably aware that at the beginning of May this year, LEGO released a collectible series of miniature Formula One cars. There's a set of 12 you can collect, one for each of the 10 teams on the grid, and a special Formula One car and a special F1 Academy car. And while this collection has gotten a lot of criticism, especially from adult fans, I still wanted to collect them all, but I wasn't initially sure what to do with all of them because I've already got all the Speed Champions cars. But I had this idea to build a mock of all of the 10 teams' cars lined up on the starting grid in the same order as they are currently positioned in the World Constructors Championship. So let's take a look at what I've got built here. So first of all, underneath all of this is 3 16 by 32 base plates. They're not actual LEGO brand because it's too hard to find 16 by 32 plates in LEGO brand, but I found some LEGO compatible base plates on Amazon. Then I started by creating a starting line using 1x1 black and white tiles in alternating positions to make it look like the checkered flag. Then I just set up 10 starting position markers here using these white tiles, and then pretty much just tiled off the rest in light bluish gray tile. Underneath each of the cars, there are some 2x2 jumpers to hold each car in place, and they're lined up so that they match an extra 1x1 stud that I put under the cars to be able to place them in the correct position. And I think it does it pretty good because you can see the cars are 4 wide, and I've got them positioned so it pretty much edges up right up against the front of the starting box. For the sides, I used these alternating red and white curved pieces to give the appearance of a curb, which there normally wouldn't be on a straightaway, but I thought it just makes the racetrack look a lot better. A lot of Formula One racetracks have red and white curbs. In some countries like Italy, they're red, white, and green because that's the national flag color. And then here at the front, I went ahead and created the gantry that is at the start finish line that has all the lights. And I put up the 5 red lights, which are what all light up just before the start of a race. And then I set it up so that there could be 2 green lights added, because normally there would be green lights, but if you're not familiar with Formula One, green lights don't actually start the race, but they do signal the start of the formation lap before the race. Now, there are also orange lights normally on a Formula One gantry like this, and the green and orange lights would actually be above the red lights normally, but I didn't have enough of this piece that had the 2 Technicols in it to put that in. But the important thing, or the most well-known thing, is to see the 5 red lights. And then I went ahead and just rigged up some bricks here at the top. This is just a bracket inside of a Technic piece, and I used the Formula One car here and the F1 Academy car as decoration for the gantry. Now, for the moment, I have this just displayed on a table, but I made this display so it could be shown in 2 different ways. If I just take this piece off here and then take off these brackets, I can place this on in this manner, and you can see here I've got some extra pieces at the top with holes in it, and voila, I've got it hanging up on my wall. And if I wanted to take it down, I could, and I could just put those bracket pieces back and have the gantry sitting upright like normal. Now, right now, this wall space seems kind of bare, but I did just take down a big Star Wars poster that had been up for almost 10 years and cleared space so that I could hang this mock up. And the other open space, I think, is where I'm going to put the Van Gogh sunflowers whenever I get that built. That'll be a project for later this summer. Speaking of summer, I thought I would go ahead and share with you what plans I have for the rest of this summer. To this point on my channel, I haven't really been working off much of a plan other than to show things off that are seasonally appropriate, while also trying to show off all of my Star Trek sets, which I haven't built all of them yet. But the Star Trek project is coming to an end, and I should have the last of the Star Trek videos later this summer, probably around the end of July or August. And I'm trying not to just release only Star Trek videos. I'm trying to mix in some of the other brick builds that I do because I like lots of different things. And since I still do like to be seasonally appropriate, I will be doing a video or two featuring summer sets, particularly this Surfer Beach House, which is something that I've made several mocks out of, rebrickable mocks and my own mocks out of, and it turns out to be a really versatile set. That's why I have 3 copies of it. And then I thought I would dedicate the end of summer to space exploration and sets like I've got here with the Lunar Rover. I've got others that I want to show off, like the Saturn V. And it turns out there are a lot of milestones in space exploration that just happen to take place in July and August. So I will probably be releasing videos of any sets relevant to certain milestones on the dates those milestones occurred. So I look forward to doing that because space exploration is one of my favorite themes to see in LEGO form. I was never a big classic space person. And of course I like Star Trek and I like Star Wars. But because I don't have all summer, because I'm still working on the Star Trek stuff, I thought I would show off my favorite NASA sets. And if I do have any gaps in the summer, I do have some cars I want to build and show off their non-LEGO brand, but I think it would be interesting to see how they compare to an actual LEGO brand car. Plus, I've got that Kata car that I never got working right, and I am determined to take that apart and get all the gears working on that correctly before the end of this year. And then who knows what I'll decide to make a video about in the meantime. Thanks for watching my video and checking out my Formula One mock. I really appreciate you stopping by and letting me show this off. And thanks for listening to what I've got planned for later this summer. I look forward to getting some more builds done and making some more videos. But until then, remember, today is a good day to build.